Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ooh, you can see my hand in the shadow. So I'm assuming you're here because you want to know how to grow tomatoes. And luckily you've come to the right place. So what I've got here is I've got some tomato seeds. So this is the Tumbling Tom red variety. So these are sort of like a cherry tomato, so like the small variety of tomatoes. I've got some more, but they're going to be planted in February, so in a week or two, maybe 3, depending on how we go. So for some reason, it depends what you get, but these specific variety of tomato seeds are very expensive. These are about £5, and I think I've got about 13 I counted. But I've got them opened up, so you can have a quick look. So, sowing tomato seeds is very, very simple. What I've got is a tray here, and what I'm using is just, I bought this today from the garden centre, just some general seed compost, seed cutting compost, for sowing. So if we look on the back here, as you can see, sowing is January, February and March. So about right for when I'm planting this. It's currently the 25th of January at the time of recording this. So they're sweet and juicy, early crops in basket containers, no support or side shooting required. So yeah, you can sow them in January, February, March. You can plant them outdoors in March, April, so ideally after the last frosts have gone and it starts to warm up a bit. Then harvested in July, August, September, October. I have had harvests earlier than May and late as November before, but that was on a really weird year. Germination typically takes about 7 to 10 days, about 30 centimetres tall they grow. So this is got a bit of a description here. A truly trading tomato, perfect for cascading over tubs, patio pots and hanging baskets. Cherry size, sweet and juicy, are produced in abundance throughout the summer. No side shooting or training required. So they're very simple to maintain and keep, which is tomatoes are quite a good choice if you're just starting out gardening and growing vegetables. So we've got to place the seed in 6mm deep in pots or trays of good free draining damp seed compost. This with a fine sprinkling of compost or vermiculate, and cover with a fine sprinkling of compost or vermiculite. I think that's what it is. Place in a propagator or seal in a polythene bag at a temperature of 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. So if it doesn't need to be in a heated propagator per se. Just keep it in probably the warmest room in your house on a windowsill, and that'd be good. So if you want to just grow them indoors, plant into tubs, usually containers or hanging baskets in the greenhouse or like a sunny window. Water regularly and feed weekly with high potash tomato food. I don't know what that means. I know what tomato food is, but I don't know what potash means. Once first flowers have set. So for outdoor crops, I can never say this. Acclimatize. I don't know. I know what it means, but I don't know how to say it. Plants out to outdoor conditions for a few days. I think that basically means just sort of introduce them to outdoor conditions, effectively. Yeah, and then the water. Oh, sorry, my video completely cut out there. My phone died. Right. So. Acclimatise plants to outdoor conditions for a few days before planting into tubs. Contains hanging baskets. Protect from cold winds until established. Grow your 5 a day. No, grow your way for 5 a day. Yeah. Tomatoes are packed with antioxidants and high in vitamin A and C and lycopene. I don't know what that means. All helping to stimulate your body's immune system. So I guess tomatoes are good for your immune system. Great. So I think I've rambled on for long enough now. I think we should probably get cracking. So I'll fill this up with this seed compost and we can get to the sowing. Right, just pop some holes. As you can see, filled it up, pop some holes. I just did it with a Sharpie, quite simple. Not too deep, I'd say half a centimetre to a centimetre down is good enough. And basically what I would do is very simple. The teeth are quite smooth, so you need to be quite careful how I can focus it. Literally just drop them in the hole. I do 1 or 2 per hole, maybe 2 if you've got enough. But for example, for me, I'm just going to do 1. And then I'll do 1 of them with 2. Just because, well, there's no point leaving just 1 seed, is there? So, yeah. So it's very, very simple stuff. I don't know when this video goes out, but by the time it does, it might be, no, maybe not, it might be February or the very end of January, but there'll be other videos coming soon on some more stuff. Then there's one left. Some of them do actually look like seeds, like this for example. That's not a seed, that is a seed. So it's just bits in the soil. So I reckon this one here can have a lucky 2. You can't actually see it in there, but it is in there. I did just put it in there. Right, so you just want to cover them over like that. It's quite simple. Just cover them, give them a little pat. If they're quite low, maybe just sprinkle a little bit more soil over the top. But yeah, I'd recommend seed compost like this. I do also have this, which is what I sometimes use, but I prefer this as like potting on, as it's not very fine. There's bits in it, so I wouldn't really recommend it, and this is just best because everything will be so small. It's just, for me, it's just easier to use much finer compost, and this is made for seeds. So yeah, I might just put a couple bits in places on that, but we can take them inside and give them a little water. Right, so I've got them inside, and I just put them next to my leeks, which are, planted them last week, coming through looking nice. Those are the sweet peas over there, and on the far side of the onions. Everything's coming through. So we just got a very simple case of just giving them a soak. I'd say probably you don't want to have them like always wet, but first time you want to give them a good soak. Make sure that you're 100% sure that the seeds have got some moisture, and you can put a propagator over it, like a lid or a bag. It's not necessary. What I would recommend is when you do it, because it will start to steam up a bit like what's happening in here, is I'd recommend getting rid of that, because the moisture will start to evaporate and then it can't. So you'll just have wet seeds and they will eventually rot. Which happened to some of my other sweet peas. That's why I've taken the propagators off them now. They are coming through, so I might take them off here as well. But yeah, so they're very simple. There'll be updates on them very soon. So yeah, if this helps you out, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it as well. Comments on any tips, because I bet there's something I've done wrong, but we'll just have to see. Right, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.